And tomorrow, a new law will begin banning teenage drivers from using a cell phone while behind the wheel. The state started an information campaign today to get this word out. It's called Kelsey's Law, created in honor of 17-year-old Kelsey Raphael, who was killed in a crash January 24th, 2010. She was talking on the phone and changing lanes at the same time. Her mother, Bonnie, who pushed to get this law on the books, joined Secretary of State Ruth Johnson and traffic safety experts from across the country at Kellogg Center in East Lansing today to kick off the new law.
There's no phone conversation, no text, no Facebook, no Twitter, no email message, nothing that is worth the risk of being killed or killing someone else.
Governor Rick Snyder signed the legislation preventing new drivers from using phones in January of this year. And joining me right now is Lieutenant Mike Shaw of the Michigan State Police to talk more about Kelsey's Law. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining us. So tell us what drivers we're talking about.
We're talking about our very young drivers, 14 to 17 in the graduated levels of 1 and 2 of their driver's license. This is what the law really pertains to. A lot of people are nervous that it's automatically a cell ban on everyone, but we're just targeting our younger drivers.
Okay, so if you see someone that you perceive to be a younger driver on the phone, you can stop them at that point?
Correct. It's a primary enforcement, but we're not really looking at the enforcement. What we're hoping is people will just kind of learn, all right, let's get off the cell phone, especially our younger drivers. Our job in a vehicle is to drive, and that's pretty much it. And a lot of people get carried away with a lot of the technology in their vehicles, especially our younger kids that are learning how to drive. You just can't talk on the phone and drive with one hand at the same time. Not at the age, and we would hope not at all.
Right, and you have to develop even more skill set the more that you're on the road. I mean, as a new driver, there's a lot to take in as it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if someone is caught, what are the penalties like?
There are penalties attached. It is a civil infraction. It's not going to add any points to your license, but the fine is $100, and then the courts can add up to another $100 in fines and costs. So you know, a young child, or most likely mom and dad, are going to be looking at a $200 traffic citation.
Most likely mom and dad.
Most likely mom and dad.
Speaking of mothers, Bonnie, so strong in really backing this from 2010, from her daughter's unfortunate death. It's a message to all parents, really.
It is. It's definitely a message, and we have to realize that these kids are watching us too. So if I'm driving down the road using my cell phone, I'm texting and driving, and the younger kids are picking that up and think that's okay too. So we're looking at our parents to become role models for our drivers, to teach them in the future that it's not okay to be on the cell phone. Let it wait for a little bit. Once you pull off to the side of the road or get somewhere, then you'll be fine.
Thank you, Lieutenant. We appreciate it, and we want to get answers from you out there. Just go to our Facebook page and tell us what you want to know about Kelsey's Law. Lieutenant Shaw has agreed to stick around for a while. We'll take those questions at about 5:40, so please log on.